Hi lovelies and welcome back to another TikTok video. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranad and here is Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright, lovely. So I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I found it super interesting and decided to share with you guys. Where this Asian American woman have this to tell to, some passport bros who often put down black women or because they want to date a particular race of women. Guys, she made a lot of sense and I was just able to put up her stitch, and there are people that actually stitch her video. Like a lot of guys actually stitch her video, like our black guys, and also some women also stitch her video, guys. I'm just gonna roll the clip. Please remember that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So why not just share this video, subscribe, like, and let's get into it.
So I know a lot of these passport bros and especially black men are in my comments asking me why I'm talking about this. It's not my fight. And before anything, I'm a woman, so I'm always going to stand up for women regardless of race. And one thing that really bothers me about this is these same passport bros are the men who probably tried to hit on me in the US before they realized that we don't like them either. I'm from a town that really doesn't have that many Asian women, especially Asian women who look like me. Like I said, you guys, I'm adopted. I grew up in a white family in the Midwest, so I have no beauty standards from South Korea. I'm a thick woman. I weigh about 165 pounds. I'm 5'5", so honestly, the brothers like to holler, and they still do. Regardless of what some men in the comments were trying to say that black men aren't checking for Asian women. Yeah, right. Check my DMs. But anyway, pretty much every time I met a black man, he thought it would be a flex to say something like, yeah, I like my women foreign. I like my women exotic. And I don't know why they decided to say that to me, if they thought it would make me feel good or something, but for me it's always a red flag. And so I would dig in a little bit further and say, well, what do you mean by that? Like, because I'm a white girl on the inside. My family is white. I grew up in a white community in a small town in the Midwest, so I might look exotic, but I'm Wonder Bread white on the inside. So anyway, whenever these guys would say this, I'd be like, well, you're about to be in for a big disappointment if you're expecting a submissive, docile Asian to take care of you. But it really bothered me when these guys would say, yeah, I don't like black women, because that's what it always came down to, that they didn't date black women regardless if they were black or not. And their moms are black, their sisters are black, their cousins are black. I'm like, would you say this to their face? That's weird. So I kind of pick and prod after I already decided, yeah, I'm done with this, I'm out, because anybody who says something like that just is an immediate red flag. But it always came down to the same stupid stereotypes that black men always have to say about women. They're loud, they're masculine, they don't know how to treat a man, they wear fake hair. So what? So what? You don't have to put down an entire race of women because you have a preference. And honestly, like, I've dated pretty much every race, every ethnicity. I'm Ms. Worldwide when it comes to dating. Only common denominator is black hair and dark eyes usually. But I've never heard any group of men put down their own women more than I've heard black men do it in pursuit of other women. And I just find it really disheartening. And I understand why this divide is getting bigger, but I don't want to be a part of it. So I hate it, and I had to speak on it.
Hello everybody out there on TikTok, man. How y'all doing? And I wanted to make this video to point out and confirm my fear about how ever since the 70s I've been knowing this agenda being pushed in the black community, how they use black women to tear down the black family. And I made this video with this Asian woman because she gets on here and makes a video and she confirms all this stuff that I've been pointing it out. I'm not trying to bash or hate on black women or anything. I'm just trying to show people how history repeats itself in this country. And people are sitting here saying the quiet part out loud nowadays. But she gets on here and she tell you how she was brought to this country and adopted into a white family. And she said that she's an Asian woman but she's white on the inside. And that's blatantly admitting that she's been indoctrinated. And then she also blatantly admit to being very promiscuous with different kinds of men. And that's another indoctrination, because women I'd have been to other countries. Women in other countries don't behave like that. Yeah, men do go over there and take advantage of these passport boys they talk about. Not all of them are like that. Some of them are going over there looking for real relationships. But and she tells you that in the video. She's Asian, but she's white. And she also confirmed, I posted a video about a Christian religion pastor talking about the Seven Dominion Mountain, to even how they use this. They have missionary that goes to Africa and tell Africans not to come back to this country because black people are awful. But this guy in this video, and y'all can go look it up, just type in your search bar on TikTok, the Seven Dominion Mountain, and there's a Christian pastor. He lays out how they use religion to tear down nations of people. And like I said, this is my third time making this video, but it's not to hate or bully or harass anybody. I just try to educate people about history and stuff, and try to leave some information so you can go do your own research. Everybody have a good evening.
So that TikTok went viral a few weeks ago, but even if you've already seen it, I think it's something interesting to go back and watch within the context of this situation. She's a transracial adoptee, so she, I think, lives in the Midwest. She was raised in a white family in a white town. So I think it might have given her some kind of astuteness to it. And she talks about herself more, and she's thick. She's 5'5", 165 pounds. So, like I said, she has a body type that appeals to black men, and she's aware of it. So really watch her videos, and you'll see that some of the things I'm saying, I'm not just pulling out of thin air. It's really cool to hear someone, particularly an Asian woman, kind of affirm what we've all seen and what we notice. So like I said, I think at this point, Awkwafina kind of knows the deal, and she's in it for her own reasons. I think she was dumb to go ahead and tweet support immediately, because I would have kind of plausible deniability until I make a decision about what I want to do. But hey, as far as I'm concerned, they deserve each other. But it's really cool, and I'm glad this conversation is now that this has made the news. This is what I'm saying. The behavior of a lot of black men towards black women is bullying. It's irrational, and it's crazy that in 2023, I'm starting to hear more and more people who are not black participate in this conversation. It's embarrassing, but I think it's useful in a way that other people are watching the dynamics and commenting on it. There was recently a debate between the Angry Man, who's a YouTuber, and I think someone named Destiny. If y'all get to see that, you can see Themis and Thoth did like a live stream on it. But watch and listen to the absurdity of a lot of grown black men and how they talk about women from their own communities. It's embarrassing. It's weird. It's irrational, and they're being taken to task by people of other races in which they can't explain why they say and do the things that they do. And it's just funny to see how those people react in response. So yeah, I just thought that y'all should go and kind of watch this lady's videos.
Black women are loud, aggressive, and difficult to deal with, is what you'll hear many of these black men say. Firstly, colonizers used that stereotype to enslave our ancestors, and secondly, that is what the police used to justify excessive force against black men. So this racial stereotype that black men will project onto black women isn't exclusive to black women, but it is something that has been affiliated to black people. And colonizers said that black women were closer to men than they were to women, as a means to be able to strip them of their femininity and hypermasculinize them. And the hypermasculinization and also hypersexualization of black men was used by colonizers to say that black women were closer to animals than they were to being a man. These stereotypes aren't exclusive to black women, they're affiliated with us because we are black. So it is absolutely wild that black men would come online and would try to project racial stereotypes that will then be used against black men and can lead to us losing our lives. Can you see how that doesn't make any goddamn sense?
Listen, whoever these dudes is in your comments, let me talk to them real quick. Nigga, stop. You embarrassing us, bruh. Like, she telling you the same thing everybody's telling you, the same thing. Listen, the whole passport bros thing on the black people side, the black man side, is an anti-black woman campaign. That's all it is. Everybody sees it. She sees it, I see it, you see it. It's an anti-black woman campaign. I say that because I've had a lot of guys in my comments, black guys, telling me it ain't your business. You know, why are you intervening? Why you got something to say? Who can? Because my mama black, my sister black, okay, my auntie's black. It's my responsibility to protect black women. That's not something I'm taking an extra step to do. That's my responsibility as a black man. That's what I'm here for. You know, so this whole passport bros, man, fuck that shit. It's an anti-black woman campaign. Okay, you making black men look terrible. Once again, here's another example of what I'm saying, that the black men who are on it are losers who nobody wants, so they want to go somewhere else and try to link up with their unwanted class. It's terrible, man. Stop.
And they are correct in that statement. It is not your fights. I find it pretty ironic that an Asian woman who was raised by white people, who self-proclaims that she's white on the inside, thinks that she has the authority or the room to even discuss black men talking about going across seas and finding other women. Just because you have some black men in your DMs does not make you an expert on black men. Baby, they just want to hit. Don't get it twisted. I'm finding this hard to believe that you're not doing this for clout, because I went through your page and this seems to be a hot topic for you when this doesn't even affect you. I have a suggestion. How about we do this? You find out about your Asian heritage, your Asian culture, what Asian men are doing and not doing, and leave the black men and black men's business to us black women. Your services are not needed here.
How many videos have you made about y'all men when they put their hands on our women when our women go to y'all salons? Are you taking up for them when it comes to those type of situations?
On some real shit, I agree with this woman. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. She's absolutely right. Here's the issue, though. This is what it comes down to. A lot of times, okay, you'll see specifically African American women will go on social media and voice their opinion and talk about how African American men belittle and disrespect and degrade and badmouth African American women. But the thing is, African American men can turn around and do the exact same thing. So who's the problem? See what I'm saying? What I want people to understand in general, not just with African Americans and dating, it goes with all aspects of life. You gotta understand is you're not each other's enemy. You gotta stop treating each other like you're each other's enemy. Okay? Because the same way a black woman can say X, Y, and Z about a black man, everything that you're saying about that black man that you dated, well, you know what? There's another black woman that's saying the same thing about that black man that's your brother. And then another black man is gonna say the same thing about you. Because y'all grew up in the same household. Y'all come from the same family. So y'all dealing with the same historical, systemic trauma. And that's why I want y'all to understand. The problem is not black women. The problem is not black men. The problem is the systemic, planned, orchestrated destruction of the African American family. And that's what I want y'all to understand. So instead of treating each other like the enemies, understand who the real enemy is and work together to fix the problem. That's what I want y'all to understand. That goes for other aspects of life too. But I do want to say this when it comes to these passport bros. Now, I don't think it makes sense to, like, you know, bash passport bros and tell them not to do it. You're a grown man, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But I also don't think it makes any sense to go bragging about being a passport bro. Like, why you gotta showcase what the fuck you doing? You a grown ass man, do what the fuck you doing with your life. You don't gotta go and tell everybody else to do what you're doing. See what I'm saying? We're all adults. Be a passport bro, don't be a passport bro. It's nobody's business but yours. What you do with your fucking private parts is your fucking business. It's just so corny to me. You see what I'm saying? This whole notion of like, you gotta go brag about how you went here and you went there and you do what the hell you doing, bro. You don't gotta brag about it, but nobody gotta bash you about it. But then all I'm saying is it be the same people that say all Dominicans are black, but you don't want a black woman, but you're going to DR. I'm just saying.
Like, seriously, lovelies, I can actually understand what she's, talking about. I can understand where she's coming from, that there are a lot of these passport bureaus who often put down black women, all because they want to get in between, some kind of race. Like, I know that there are a lot of guys who prefer not to date, black women, or to date their fellow, race and all of that. But you're going about this route trying to put down your own race down, or because you want to get this from this particular race, and they're trying to put down your own just because you want to date this other race. Like, that is where I find my own, like, where I find it so annoying and so not comfortable with. You can just go ahead and date your whatever you want to date without trying to bring down your own sister. Like, you are bringing down people of color, but you forgot that, or that the person that gave birth to you is actually a black woman. Your sisters are black women, your brothers are black brothers, and because you want to date out of a race, you want to go to that extent of putting down your own race, or because you want to look so perfect, or because you want to look so, oh my god, like he can actually go to the hills or mountains, or because of me, so he can actually put down his own race, or because he wants to date me, that means that he loves me, or all of that. Like, when I saw this video on my For You page, I was like, oh my goodness, this is even coming from an Asian woman. That a lot of them like this, like, they often talk bad about black women, how they are not submissive, how they are too loud, how they are not, preferable people to wife. But they could, to relate all kind of thing when it's, when it's involved getting married to someone that has to do with outside of your race. Like, I actually saw this video that is trending on TikTok where this, black man got married to a woman, like a white woman who already owns, like, she have about 5 children. Like, she have 5 children, and they were like interviewing on all of that. And this white woman was supposed to kiss this man, or the black man was supposed to kiss this white man, but the way she pushed herself down, and he ended up like, oh, I know she's not gonna allow me to kiss her. Like, you are dating someone that you're not allowed to kiss, someone with over 5 children. I know that this is just something that is, you can find love anywhere, but let's just assume that do you think that this particular person that went ahead to marry, or or marry someone that already have 5 children, you want to do that to a black person? Like, these are the kind of people that will keep on talking down on black women, trying to paint black women down, trying to make black women look so mad, so so undeserving. These people are vulnerable. Like, these women have passed through a lot. They are always the one that is fighting, even for you guys. They are always one coming out to fight for a better government, a better whatever. They are the voices that they do everything in their power to make sure that everyone is comfortable. But who is now talking about them? Who is now gonna, who is not gonna give them what they actually deserve? Like, these people are always the one to fend for their children. They will end up, dating some kind of black guy that will just end up leaving them, turning them to a baby mama, and they will go as far as taking care of themselves, taking care of their kids, raising their kids alone. And you as a black person, or you as a black guy, you will just keep on your own. You just relax. You get to date other people you want. You get to go for holidays. You get to do so many things you want to do with your life. But this baby mama this woman you just put in a family way, leaving her, leaving all the responsibility of taking care of a child without even giving her a financial report or financial support. And do you expect this kind of person to be at peace to herself? Do you think that this person also does not need to go all the travels, all the vacations and all of that? You think this person does not, deserve all of this? If you know you don't want to get married, or maybe have a family or whatever, why do you keep on bent in putting this kind of women into a family way, then leaving them? I saw a stitch of another stitch on TikTok. This lady was practically calling on people to come help her out. She was dating this guy, and from the onset she told this guy that I do not want to have kids. It's a black guy. So because of the love and talking to and all of that, this guy talked her into getting pregnant, that he wants family. I need family. I want to build a family with you. I love you so much. Then when this baby comes, they are nowhere to be found. That is when they know that, oh my goodness, they want a life of their own. They want a life without a kid. They just leave you and your child. And she have to come on TikTok to call on people to beg, to help her tell her baby papa to do what he's ought to do. After talking her into having a baby, then he went up to leave her, trying to are you kidding me right now? Do you know that some of these guys do this purposely? They purposely try to get a woman, impregnate a woman, and just put her in a family way. They'll continue living their normal life. It is not done that way. You just have to choose. So my own is that I do not condone trying to talk down on your fellow, or because you want to date another race, then you're talking down on your own blood, on your own race. This does not make a lot of sense. This does not, all these passport bros, they take a lot of shade from these women that they cannot even take from their own race. This is just the annoying part. Seriously. And this coming from an Asian woman, that means she have seen a lot of something that makes her uncomfortable for her to even come out, to say this public. This is just a slap on our faces. For someone outside of our race to come and say this about our men, we need to do something. We need to do something different. We shouldn't be fighting ourselves. We are supposed to be each other. We're supposed to watch each other's back. If you don't fantasize dating your race, you can just date other races without trying to put down your own race down. It doesn't make any sense. Guys, wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. And if you're coming from Belinda's channel, thank you so much for all the love and support. I cannot take all this guys for granted. So guys, why not share this video, subscribe, and if you've had any experience of this, you could just study the comment section. If you have anything to say about this, leave in your own in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload my next video.